So today we left Alsace and we took the Schwarzwald Hochstrasse, which when freely translated means the Black Forest High Road. Couldn't see much because it was raining and foggy, and now we've come down to the flatland looking for a place to have lunch, and we wound up having a picnic in our car in this parking lot in front of this chopped off cornfield. This is our hotel in Würzburg. I think all of the rooms are in the new part up there on the left, including ours. This is the breakfast room in Würzburg. It's also the dining room. Here from our hotel window is the castle in Würzburg. Well, today, after a drive over the Black Forest High Road in the rain and fog, we came down to the German plains and came here to Würzburg, where we are in our hotel. And this is the view from our balcony. Here in Würzburg, this is the Residence, which purports to be one of the most important castles in Europe. We're about to go in. This is a portion of the ceiling in the garden room of the Residence. And I believe this is by Tiepolo. And this is the other side of the ceiling by Tiepolo, we believe. So this is a larger view of the ceiling of the garden room. And this is the stairway, which is, I think, one of the more famous things to see in this palace. And it was not destroyed in World War II, unlike much of the rest of the decor within the palace. This view is from the landing in the grand staircase. This is called the anteroom, and the official description says that the decor in it is modest. I'm not quite sure how they get to that conclusion, but here we are. Here is detail in the cabinetry that decorates the anteroom. Now, this isn't the same as the last room that they said was moderately decorated. This is the next moderately decorated room. Now, this is in the next room, and it's a fairly amusing tapestry compared to some of the others, which portrayed devils and things. This is the Mar-a-Lago room of the Residence. This shows Würzburg on March 16, 1945, after the bombing, and the Residence is at the lower left. Within the Residence, this is the Imperial merry-go-round, complete with ring to the right side there. Our hotel room in Würzburg is very nice, but this isn't it. I wouldn't mind, though. And here is a picture of Würzburg taken from the Residence. Well, today's picnic isn't really a picnic. It's the beer garden of the Residence. The restaurant is closed, so this is a sausage and beer and iced tea lunch. What are you having, Chris? And this is the garden of the Residence in Würzburg. And another view of the Residence in Würzburg with some dark clouds. We're now in the downtown part of Würzburg, and I'm not sure whether this is a cathedral or not, but it's a pretty good sized church anyway. Here's the market square of Würzburg. Market Square. Yeah, then there's this aspect of being in a big city. And here's another view from that very crowded bridge in Würzburg. And here's a little better view, a little less crowded, of the same bridge. Today's our second full day staying in Würzburg. And today we've come to Bamberg, which, unlike Würzburg, was not bombed in World War II. Oh, they put on a little show here for us tourists.
Bist du der Kerl mit die blöden Glocken und die depperten Hörner? Du bist doch der Neutörer?
Till! Eulenspiegel werde ich genannt.
Das Dümmersonntags kannst du das Pulver machen, das wird Kunst.
Ich wollte mir doch nur mit ehrlicher Arbeit mein Geld verdienen. Was soll ich denn sonst nach dem Stadtwache? Was willst du mir?
This church is, I believe, called a Pfarrkirche, and it's in Bamberg. I'm going to pan the ceiling of the Pfarrkirche, going back down to the altar. And this is the Pfarrkirche, which we were just in. And here is the main square of Bamberg, taken from the cathedral portico. And this is Bamberg. And here is one of the famous stone bridges across the Main here in Bamberg. Here is the stone bridge that I just took a picture of a minute ago from the side. And here from the stone bridge is a shot of the river coming through Bamberg. The building in the middle of the bridge that we've been photographing for a while here is the Alte Rathaus, the old town hall. Here's another square in Bamberg. And here's a long view of the cathedral in Bamberg under construction. And another shot of the cathedral with sculpture in the foreground. This building is on the water, so I'm taking a shot from the second stone bridge. After touring Bamberg this morning, we left to come back to Würzburg, and we found this place to eat lunch. We had Schweinebraten. Well, here we are today. We are driving to Goslar, and it wasn't raining when we woke up this morning, but it started raining fairly hard. And now that we're out here on the freeway, it is coming down. Well, on our way from Würzburg to Goslar, we have come to Eisenach, and there is a Bach museum, which we're about to visit, and this is a replica of the house that Bach was born in. Here we are in the garden of the Bach House and Museum. This is the old house, and the museum is the modern building we just see a bit of on the left. We are in the garden of the Bach Museum, looking at the old building, which is partly the building of his old house that he was born in and partly a replication of it. I'm here in the library of the Bach Museum, and behind glass are a number of books. I just chose this one as an example. Here is a sleeping room in the Bach Museum. I don't think that purports to be Bach's bed. More exhibitions inside the Bach Museum. And here's the kitchen in the Bach Museum. Eisenach is the home of Johann Sebastian Bach, and we have come to the museum. It's our first morning in Goslar. It was raining hard when we woke up, and then it got sunny, and then this happened. So this is the old town of Goslar, and we're coming up toward the marketplace. We started walking down here from our hotel, and it rained on us, and now it's cleared up again. So here we go. So we're in the marketplace, or the market square of Goslar, just arriving here, and we're here for a bell concert, or a carillon. I guess this is the noon show here. These doors are opening. And here in the marketplace, facing the other direction from the bell show, are all these people watching it. And we're still here in the market square, looking at another of the old, interesting buildings. And still in Market Square, this is the Guildhall. And the old town hall, the Alte Rathaus. This is on the second floor of a house right off the marketplace, and I'm not quite sure what it signifies, but here it is. The upper stories of this building looked interesting, sort of hanging over, and very ornate. And this little square is right off of Market Square, and I think we might get some lunch here. Today's the day we're going from Goslar to Hamburg. And on our way, we're visiting the town of Wolfenbüttel. And here in Wolfenbüttel is the Herzog August Bibliothek, which is supposedly one of the most famous libraries around. I don't know the name of this square in Wolfenbüttel, but it's a square in Wolfenbüttel. And here is a house, several houses actually, in Wolfenbüttel. More buildings in Wolfenbüttel. This is the market square of Wolfenbüttel. Another scene in Market Square in Wolfenbüttel. Well, today's picnic shot comes to us from within the car because it's so bloody windy and cold out there that we are just going to have it inside here. And we are someplace south of Hamburg at this point, not too far from there. And what's for lunch, Chris?
Oh, we're having a chicken leg and potato salad.
Oh boy. So here is our first morning in Hamburg. And it's a beautiful... Well, I've exhausted my supply of stale bread. The horses are still here, I guess, asking for more. I didn't know horses ate bread. Maybe only German bread. This is the restaurant that Helmut eats at every working day, and where we just ate now. I had Nürnberger Bratwurst with sauerkraut. Here we are in downtown Hamburg, looking at the port area and taking a walk. We are walking along the downtown area. We're down near the Philharmonic, and I'm taking a video. Everybody wants to stand still and pose, but we're just taking a video walking along here. And in the same general area with the Symphony Hall over there on the right. Now we're going up the elevator or the escalator in the Philharmonie. So we can go up about several stories and look out from there. And here is Hamburg Harbor. So this is still on the top level of the Elbe Philharmonia, and we're looking through the glass. And still up here on the top level of the Elbe Philharmonia, looking through the two sets of glass.
To the best.
This is Barney.
Only sometimes.
Yes, you are.
And Steffi behind. And Chris
take
doing
it
the
home.
petting.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll take it.
And after our nice visit with Helmut and his family, we are now leaving Hamburg. And thank you so much, Helmut, for everything. It was really great. And here is Helmut in his natural habitat taking pictures. Taking pictures of me feeding the horses. And there is Chris peeking around the tree in the background. Beautiful morning.